Welcome to PeakTV. I'm Niv Dagan, Executive Director of Peak Asset Management, and we're fortunate enough to have Dom Carosa, the CEO of Crowd Mobile, here on the results day. Dom, thanks very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me today.
Terrific. Dom, it's been a really busy day for you. Tell us a little bit about Crowd Mobile and what it is that you actually do.
Yeah, so Crowd Mobile's a mobile-first company, meaning that we provide entertainment, infotainment to millions of consumers all around the world. Everything we do is with a mobile focus, and as you know, these days people don't leave their home without their mobile phone. It's like the central device of in everyone's life, and that's basically the business that we're involved in.
And Dom, I mean, you've got the question and answers, you've got the subscription, and obviously the mobile payments. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so the way that we make money, there's two core divisions. One is our Q&A, our question and answer division, where we have a bunch of different products, basically allowing consumers around the world to ask any type of question, and then having a real person, an expert on the other end, being able to actually respond to that. What's really happening in the space is consumers are demanding and looking for personalised responses and really going beyond the whole Google experience. So that's one of our divisions. The other division is our subscription division, which was basically commenced from the recent acquisition of Track. And that's where people are able to subscribe for games, infotainment, security products on a weekly or monthly style subscription. And they're basically the two core divisions in the company.
And Track was a huge milestone for you this year. Tell us a little bit about the acquisition and what it actually means for Crowd and obviously your penetration to global markets.
Yeah, it's a game changer in our view. It significantly changes the scale of the business. It significantly increases our M-payment capability. And what I mean by M-payment, it's basically the way in which people can pay. So as of today, you can pay via Apple, Google, as well as being connected to we're connected to over 160 telcos around the world, including Telstra, Optus and Vodafone here in Australia. And it just means that from a consumer perspective, it makes the whole purchasing process really, really simple.
Terrific. And Dom, look, the financial performance, I'm just going through your FY report today, really outstanding performance. You had half your revenue increase up 153%, underlying EBITDA jumped 89% to $2.2 million, positive operating cash flow up 1,500% to $3.2 million. That's a great achievement. Tell us a little bit more about the financials and obviously your matrix and really the growth of the business over the last 12 months since you've been listed.
Yeah, so the business has been on a fairly strong growth trajectory. The results are basically being compared on a PCP basis to when we were a private company. So the company's only been listed for just over a year. We expect this trend to continue, so revenue is up materially. Underlying EBITDA is also up, but more importantly, and I think ultimately one of the key metrics for any micro-cap company, particularly a tech company, is operating cash flow. And so we generated $3.2 million positive operational cash flow for the last half. We expect this trend to continue. This quarter is definitely moving in the right direction. This half is moving in the right direction, and it really positions FY17 in a very strong financial light for us.
Right. And you've seen about, I'm just looking at the slide, 74% increase in your billed messages year on year. How's it looking for January and February? Is that numbers growing?
We've had 8 consecutive quarters of quarter-on-quarter growth. We're on track for 9 consecutive quarters. That trend is continuing, and we're going to continue pushing hard to make sure that the rest of the year looks exactly like that.
Terrific. And we've seen gross profit up 180%. I mean, revenue is up 155%. The message volumes are up as well. So obviously doing all the right things. Dom, I wanted to talk, I mean, this is quite interesting, just to do with a peer-to-peer analysis of the business. Just looking at your slide, your FY results, Crowd Mobile, 3.7 times EBITDA multiple, Mobile Embrace in the similar space, but not in the integrated payment space, 14.6 times. I mean, tell us a little bit of how Crowd Mobile fits in the whole spectrum.
We're basically the new kids on the block. We've only just recently listed, just over a year ago. I think part of our challenge out in the marketplace is really communicating the story. and really trying to communicate what we do in terms of providing mobile content, Q&A. Q&A is actually quite a new phenomena that people aren't that accustomed to yet. And all underpinned by our crowd experts micro job technology. And so, we've been operating for 6 years, but not that many people know about us yet. We're not a household name like Freelancer or 99 Designs or Airtasker yet. But that's one of the big opportunities and also one of the challenges for the company. We'll continue communicating the story. I think at some point in time, it's only a matter of time until a number of instos really start looking at us in a lot more detail. DJ Carmichael recently released a research report with a price target of 97 cents. So all we can do at this point in time is focus on the business, continue building out our product set, continue acquiring more customers profitably, and building out our M-Payments network. And at the appropriate point in time, look for the right kind of acquisitions. So I think it's only a matter of time until that gets reflected in the share price. I can't control the share price. What I can control is the business.
Sure.
And that's my number one focus.
Sure. And Dom, the business is obviously going well. 2016 is a really important year for you and the catalyst. Can you tell us a little bit more about the catalyst for the stock and the price, your position for growth? You're expanding your portfolio, you're going to new markets. Today you announced another new market in South America. Tell us a little bit more about your expansion plays and really where you see the business in 6 or 12 months' time.
Yes, certainly. We've been focused on building out our M-Payments network over the last 12 months. A number of months ago, we announced a launch into a number of Asian markets, including India. This morning, we announced a launch into Brazil, as well as Colombia, which really gives us a foothold into the South American marketplace, which is a huge market overall. We will continue expanding that M-Payments network, and the reason that is important is the larger our M-Payments network, the larger our addressable market. And in the last 12 months, just to give you a bit of an insight, we provided services or products to over 3 million customers globally, and that's continuing to increase. And so you'll see more products, quite a new number of white label style deals with consumers, with big brands around the world, and a continued expansion of our M-Payment capability, which means that we'll have a whole bunch of new customers that we can market to.
Great. Dom, thanks very much for joining us here at PeakTV.
Thanks for having me.
Cheers.